All right, people, good evening. Welcome to PWOLIS English YouTube channel. Please confirm whether the audio and video is clear. Pavitran, Ayush, Rehana, Devik Cheesecake. Good evening, sir. When the remaining class, CA class? Yeah, the CA class from last week, it was supposed to be conducted today, but unfortunately, we had to come live today to basically give advice to those students who are self-preparing and also to guide them like how to make a timetable, etc. for this year in case if they are preparing by themselves, or if at all they are able to afford it, means they can try joining the Titan batch and see what are the features available in it which will make their preparation journey easier. New batch of public administration will be starting somewhere around May or June. It should be starting the new batch. We will be letting you know the information pretty soon. So let us see Picha Pillai, Radhakrishnan, Siya, Sri Lakshmi, Shivani, Sanskriti Space, Sakshi, Ole Indian, Mala, Kudrani, Little Princess, Rehana, Anand, Aishwarya. All right. So this is basically for all those students. First, I will give you a 12-month planner here. 12 months, it's actually not 12 months. It will be around 5 to 6 months, 7 months, whatever. I'll give you a planner first. And in that planner, you will see how you have to prepare in case you're preparing by yourself. All right, self-preparation in case you're planning to do. So first, let us understand this whole concept here. GS and essay. What needs to be covered? History, polity, economics, geography, internal security, disaster management. Disaster management and 1 minute. Internal security, disaster management, environment, ethics, science and tech, governance, essay. So daily you have to do all these subjects. That is not the point. You have to try doing at least 1 or 2 subjects every day. That you will have to do. No other go. No excuses here. Mood nahi hai. Mood swings, that swing, this swing. No excuses here. Because I told you, when you're preparing by yourself, you have to set the discipline. You have to set the time. You take it for granted. Oh, I have 1 whole year, etc. If you take it for granted, your attempt, your year, both will get totally screwed. And then what will happen is 1 year, 2 year, you will waste like that. And finally, you will be like, okay, now I will join some coaching. So that's like 3 years down the line. Don't make that mistake. If you're preparing by yourself, put a proper timetable and then start doing it. Optional. Again, you have 2 papers, paper 1, paper 2. That is public administration, the optional which I am teaching. 2 papers are there to it, which has to be covered within 3 to 6 months. Current affairs, you have newspaper, compilation, etc. You can refer. Now, I know there are people who are very confused with this aspect. So, should we read the newspaper daily? Should we read the editorial daily? Should we watch the daily news analysis every day? All of that. And let me tell you again and again, the same thing what I have been telling to all my students, which is, see, when it comes to current affairs, what is ideal? That is definitely reading the newspaper. There is no doubt about it. Because it improves your vocab, it improves your analysis, it improves your reading comprehension, which is very much needed for your CSAT. It improves even your writing skills to a certain extent, because when you constantly keep reading newspapers, you will start imbibing the sentence structuring, etc. what they use here. You will use all of that. You will use all of that in your answers. So there are multiple advantages when you read the newspaper. Plus, every day when you read it, like my old teacher, all the old teachers always used to say, you're reading old news is as good as eating stale food. Purane khane ka barabar. It is not fresh. Now, all that metaphors, similes, whatever, idioms, whatever you want to call it, I agree with it 100%. But let us understand one thing here. Your job, when you are preparing by yourself for the first time, you are not in a position to know what you have to read and what you have to chuck. Like you have to avoid. Many a time students, what they do is they end up covering political news. And many a students, I have seen them, blindly they follow the editorial. Blindly. कि जो वहां पर आता है सबसे important है. Editorial means it's very, very important. It's very important. They keep telling. Why it is important? That is the $1,000,000 question here. Well, an editorial is important if it contains data, if it contains facts, and if it is not biased, then it is okay. Then reading an editorial is absolutely fine. But unfortunately, we know it for a fact that most of the newspapers have a political agenda. So depending upon which newspaper you're picking up, your political viewpoints also will start aligning with it or against it. Notorious in this regard is, which I've said it many a times, is the newspaper The Hindu. Now this is like the most respected paper among the civil service aspirants. But one of the major or hidden dangers behind the newspaper The Hindu is that you will end up becoming highly critical of the government, and you may replicate that in your answer paper as well as in your interview. Understand very clearly, you want to be an activist, then please don't attempt UPSC civil services or any government exam for that matter. You are going to work for the government at the end of the day. Activist officers have never been the favorite of either the ruling party or the opposition. Be very, very clear in your mind. If you think that if you hate the current government, then the opposition will love you, no. Or if you hate the opposition, the ruling party will love you. Again, the answer is no. Why? Governments will change. Depending upon that, your political affiliations cannot change. You have only one job, which is what? If you receive an order, you're going to execute it. That is your job. So it doesn't matter which party is in power. Government of India, you're going to work under it. Or government of a state, you're going to work under it. You will follow their orders and you will execute it. That is your job. So editorial is important. Editorial is important when people say this biased part is where I have a problem with. Because generally, if you take up the articles in the Hindu itself, for example, many people, many retired experts, foreign ambassadors, etc., 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 many dignitaries, they keep writing, India clearly needs to revamp its foreign policy, which is more aligned with its historical goals of non-alignment and the vision that Gandhi and Nehru had seen. One sentence. A first-time reader, a self-preparing individual will read that, wow, kya sentence hai. Somebody as seasoned as me who's been reading current affairs for 12 years, what is so great about that sentence? Okay, India needs to revamp its foreign policy. How? Specifically tell me. By aligning it with non-alignment movement. That means we shouldn't support anybody. We should stand alone. Standing alone from 1947 to probably till 1990, what did that fetch India? Nothing great. Nothing great it brought for India. Then the vision that Nehru and Gandhi saw. What vision is that? Whatever vision they saw, that was back in the 1940s and 50s. How is it even relevant in 2026? Got the point here? Question it. Developing critical thinking means this exact aspect. Just because some ex-NSA or an ex-CBI director or an ex-principal secretary write some article, don't take it as absolute words of wisdom and swallow it without even questioning it. Many a times people who are self-preparing, they don't actually develop that skill. They are easily flabbergasted or impressed by the credentials of the individual who would have written the articles in the center pages. Even the editorial of the Hindu also, if you look at it, that also has the same language. India needs to revamp its blah, 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 blah. They will always write, India needs to do this, India needs to do that. And they will add all these beautiful adjectives and vocabularies that would even make Shashi Tharoor proud. But nothing concrete. India needs to rethink its policy on the way it has dealt with Manipur. Okay, what do you suggest then? Manipur is burning, no doubt about it. What do you suggest? Everything, whatever is there in the book has been tried out. We send in the cops, we send in the paramilitary forces, we send in the army, we declared president's rule, we brought in fresh elections. Literally everything in the book has been done. Even after that, violence is not abating. What is your solution? Opposition parties themselves don't have a solution. Media also don't have a solution other than giving generic statements. Why didn't Modi visit there? Well, when a place is literally killing each other, it is an internal security nightmare for the SPG to take the Prime Minister there. Even if I was the SPG in charge there, I would have never allowed. I would have literally thrown my towel onto the ring and I would have told, no way I'm going to allow this. Because it's a security nightmare. It's an easy security nightmare. You are easily opened for any attack from any front. So it's not at all easy. So understand this thing very clearly. In case you're not able to read the newspaper, it is fine. In case you're not able to analyze things, it is fine. So what do you do then? You can go for monthly current affair compilation. So this is already April. March month's current affair will be available now. Start covering 10 pages per day. Within 12 or 15 days, you would have covered the entire March month. Any current affair compilation of any academy, it is fine. You would have finished March month in 10-15 days. Then what you will do? The remaining time, you will revise it. You will revise it on completion. All right, people, that is what you will do. Clear? What should we read in the Hindu newspaper and write notes? Okay, I'll come to that also. So revise it on completion. Plus, then what you can do is every Saturday, 7 p.m. you know for a fact that I will be coming live. Attend those classes. Now, those of you who still want to read the Hindu, in the front page, look for non-political news. In fact, for every page also, you are going to look that only. Non-political news. No party's name should be mentioned in the headline. Neither BJP, RSS, Congress, TMC, DMK, AIDMK, whatever, TVK. Don't go for any of that. All the non-political news you will be covering. Extreme level of importance you will be giving to Supreme Court judgments. Mind you, only go for the final ones. If the Supreme Court is suggesting that, okay, we have reserved the judgment, we will take up the case again, maybe in May, June, July, that is, it is in future, then don't take it down. Wait till the final verdict comes. Always remember this. Never pursue or jump into an article just because it is currently happening. Okay, read it. You can find out what is going on. That much you can do. But don't note it down until and unless it is final. There is a difference. There is a lot of difference here. So right now, 2027 census is happening, delimitation commission, and many people are like, whether delimitation will happen or not, etc., etc., etc. First of all, it is a constitutional provision. Once the census is complete, the next logical step that you do is what? You will set up delimitation commission. Once the delimitation commission gives its verdict, it cannot be challenged even in the Supreme Court of India. That means the number of constituencies will increase. If you want to stop the delimitation commission, for that you will have to bring an amendment, which the ruling party is not going to entertain, no matter what. In other words, census also will happen. Delimitation is also going to happen. End of the story. But that is again in the future. So wait. Why should we rush? Still plenty of months are remaining. Let further verdicts come. Further decisions come. Numerical data. Economic news. Environmental news. Especially the section text and context. This text and context is one area, as well as the frequently asked questions that comes on Sunday. These are the main things to look forward to if there is something very important that has come in the newspaper. That is any ongoing issue is there. In text and context, as well as in the FAQs that appears on Sunday edition, it will get answered there. In full and full, they will explain it. Beyond that, you want to know the other side of the story because you feel, oh my God, this is only criticizing the government. They've only criticized it. They have not said anything nice about it. Then what do? Then you try to go for Indian Express or Economic Times. Only for what? Only for referring that one particular article. Sometimes it may not be accessible even in Indian Express or Economic Times simply for the reason that it will be paid subscription. Got the point here? So this is the point. To read or study, how do I differentiate both? Giving 2 readings per GS text. How do I remember all of its... especially with a 9 to 6 job. Your 9 to 6 job has nothing to do with remembering anything. No. See, remembering happens when you do answer writing. Take out the PYQs. Means from 2013 onwards. And then look into GS 1, 2, 3, 4. Frequently asked questions or topics. Prepare those topics. Like how I will say, with regard to what is its definition, what is the data surrounding it, what is the issue surrounding it, finally what is the solution. Your solution should be always, or the conclusion part or the way forward part should be always positive, where you will write what is the way forward means, not that you will give your personal solution or personal ideas. You will talk about the various government schemes or initiatives that are out there currently, which has helped in improving the situation. This is all that you have to do. And collecting and studying, that is the point. Clear? Which video? How to remember timelines in history and dates. You have to remember what is there. See people, you have to put in the efforts for that. There is no other go. So 1914, I'm not sure, 1914 or 1915, Gandhi came. Gandhi's arrival. Then Champaran, Ahmedabad, Kheda. Then Rowlatt Satyagraha. Then after that, Chauri Chaura incident. Sorry, not Chauri Chaura, Rowlatt Satyagraha, and then you have non-cooperation movement and the Khilafat agitation, then the Chauri Chaura incident, then a period of calm, then you have the civil disobedience movement. It was again during this period that the whole Bhagat Singh, Lal, Bal, Pal, all that came. Civil disobedience movement, roundtable conferences 1, 2, 3. Bhagat Singh gets killed. Dandi March, Salt Satyagraha also will come over here. By then, 1939, Second World War starts. Then Cripps Mission, Cabinet Mission, etc., etc., Mountbatten Plan. India became independent. Now, I'm not a history faculty. This I have studied at least 10 years ago, I believe. Oh, not 10 years, sorry. Maybe 6 or 5 years ago. The last that I revised. So, you have to put in the effort. Understand that very, very clearly. PYQs are very important, Rahana. This is a live. This is exactly live. I am in BA, currently in second semester. Please advise something. Advise something. Go study. Kugan Bharat, if you're normalizing taking breaks and you're feeling tired, means I would suggest you not to enter into this. That is what I would suggest to you. Or you're really, really interested in this, then I would suggest to you to save on time, that you please go and get into a job. Because if you're finding time to get tired and you're finding time to take break, that means you're having ample amount of free time with you. The only way you will use it constructively is when you start earning. How to improve English writing? By writing, constantly writing it. Reading and writing the language is the only way to improve it. Sachin on study, that is something you'll have to discuss it with your family. Delhi mein रहकर offline लेना है या घर जाकर online लेना है, it is left to you. You really ask me, rather than taking offline, it would be better to go online itself while you are in Delhi. Finish it off. Finish it off during your college days. Get done with it. So that then you can progress with your life. You can apply for a job. You can move ahead. Just revise your notes, whatever you have made. Current affairs, I have already told you what to do for that. Clear, people? So I hope the newspaper part is clear to you. So newspaper part, Supreme Court judgments, numerical data, any economic news, environmental news. Similarly, with regard to climatology, climate, geography, all of that. Anything with regard to parliament, any organization's name, their reports, all these are worth noting down. Nothing wrong with it. But don't make that whole essay thing. Copying down the entire editorial, don't do that. That is a strict wastage of time and you are never going to revisit it. Any tips to remember the topic we prepared? There are no tips and tricks here. Understand that very clearly. UPSC is about reading it again and again and again and again. It is a marathon. You will have to study every day or read every day. You have no other choice. You finished attending the class, you took down the notes, now read it. Again attend the class, take down the notes, read it. Weekly once at least try to read the entire week's notes, whatever you have taken out, so that you know what you are, whether you are understanding the entire week's lecture. Then once a topic is over, visit the PYQs to see whether your understanding of that subject is correct or wrong. PYQs, when I say prelims PYQs, from 2013 onwards. So, monthly current affair magazines are available at PW Only IAS website as well as app. You can download it from there. E-books of Udan is also available. Prelims quick revision booklets. Prahar mains quick revision booklets are also available. So those books you can access. All right. Moving on, class or self-study, you will have GS subjects where you will do the, and if you're attending the class, then like I told you, whatever class you're attending, same day, even though whether material is provided to you, PDF is sent to you, PPT is sent to you, write it down and then read it the same day. I'm not able to remember, I'm only reading my notes. For now, that is more than sufficient. Just read it, that is more than enough. Daily, if possible, this is the other thing that you have to do. Multiple choice questions as well as mains answer writing. Again, you can refer the PYQs here. Previous year questions, all from 2013 onwards. It will clearly give you an idea which are the topics that are re-repeated and from which chapters are they getting repeated from. So analysis of the question paper is something which every UPSC aspirant should do. Whether you read the syllabus or not, whether you know about the books or not, this is something which you have to do. But sir, how will we understand? See, when you read a question, you will minimum have the common sense to know whether it is from history or whether it is from science and technology. So first thing is that, which all subjects are there? Whether it has come from history, whether it has come from geography, find it out. You yourself, when you do it, you will remember it. Revise the previous day's topic. Newspaper reading or current affairs is something which you have to do. Either like I told you, newspaper, if you can read, great. But in case you are not reading also, don't stress over it. Weekly, attend my current affair class and monthly, go for the monthly current affair compilation. Already that NCRT, whatever I have completed, that is already done. That entire content, whatever I have covered there, that covers 6th to 12th completely. So that is over. That is all that is there. Now coming to the timetable part. Timetable part, when I'm talking about, for the May month, you may start with two very important subjects, polity and governance as well as geography. You start with that. You also start the answer writing of the PYQs of it. One topic you cover, you write its answer also. Along with that, you'll be covering the current affairs. June month, whatever little bit of geography is remaining, that you will do along with ancient and medieval history. Again, answer writing you will do, current affairs also you will do. July month will be left for modern history, art and culture. Again, answer writing, current affairs. August month, you will be doing ethics and essay alone. Where again, you will be doing current affairs, answer writing, and you can now probably start with CSAT. If you are very, very weak at it, start early. Start early. Again, go by the PYQs from 2013 onwards. June to December, also cover your optional subject. You have to decide on your optional and you have to do it. Optional again for those of you who are planning to do it by yourself. Take all the questions as much as possible. Now, this is to pull out the question papers from 2013 onwards. This is generally possible if your optional is a little prominent or famous. For example, PubAd, Anthro, Sociology, PSIR. At least these are few subjects which easily you will get its material as well as its question paper very easily. For the other optionals, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure to what extent, how many years backwards you will get the question papers from. But anyway, if not 2013, at the minimum last 5 years. Segregate the questions topic wise. See which topic is getting repeated there. Start preparing the topic. Conventional way, I know. I will give you a list of books. You will read all the books. Then you will look at the question paper. That is the conventional way. That, why do you need it? You are not doing any research or thesis in the subject here. I only want you to score 60 to 70% in this paper. Not more than that. More than that is literally impossible. 60 to 70% if you're scoring, you have a very good chance of entering into the interview board. I only want that much of performance from you. For that, what you should do, look at the favorite topics of UPSC which have come repeatedly in the optional paper and start preparing them. You're confused, you don't know which optional to choose. Look at the syllabus, look at the question paper, look at the availability of the coaching material or whatever materials, additional materials you need from the market, look at its availability also, then take a call. Yes, but more importantly, the main consideration for choosing any optional should be your interest in it. And again, I'm telling you, there is nothing called as a scoring optional. There is nothing called as a optional which has a limited syllabus. Whether a syllabus is limited or not, it highly depends upon the faculty. There are faculties who teach public administration for 7 months, 8 months at a stretch. Then there is me, then I am there, who will actually wind up the syllabus in 5 months. Because there is no point in unnecessarily keechifying the syllabus like elastic and then stretching it and dragging it. From my 12 years of experience, what I have seen is, if you finish the optionals on time, students will retain that interest over that subject as well as on the preparation. You stretch it unnecessarily, any subject for that matter, students will lose out interest in no time. Because you need to maintain the minimum amount of interest to crack the exam. That's it. I'm already telling that. How to analyze PYQ, sir? Read it. See, people, I will tell you, all these questions, borderline, which is, at least to me, feels very stupid. How to analyze the question? How to analyze it? You are asking me this question because you have never touched a question paper. Never touched a question paper. I still remember 2011 when I was going through the 2011 question paper. Nobody told me to analyze it. We were taking out reading each question of the prelims, and we were basically writing the geo, ecology, environment. Coming to my optional public administration also, what I used to do was, even before the classes started, okay, Woodrow Wilson has come only once because the question is there. Question is there, then I'm seeing bureaucracy, Max Weber's bureaucracy. This has come like multiple times. Then I saw separately they have asked about bureaucracy also. So I started clubbing all this together. Max Weber's bureaucracy and bureaucracy, the most frequently asked topic in UPSC. This is not so difficult. Take out the question paper and do something which you have never done in your life, which is read. Read it first. You people are still expecting there is some shortcut to it. There is no shortcut. There are no shortcuts, there are no tricks, no tips other than open it, read it. Don't be this level lazy. Chemistry optional is good if you are interested in it. Sainath Reddy, it is easy to resign from a job. All that it requires is one signature. One signature will help you to resign your job. But the same signature is not going to help you get another job. For that, you will have to fill your resume again, update it again. You will have to go through a lot of hoops and loops before you finally get into one. I know you are having an exhaustive job because banker's job is not at all easy. I agree with it 100%. 1 hour can you give? Half an hour can you give? If you have age on your side, if you're still less than 25, 26, if you're around 26, 27, I would say take up the Titan batch. Get done with your coaching. I know you won't be able to attend the live classes, but you will get access to the recorded sessions. And then write down the notes, sit and revise them, go give the exam. How can we write answers if we read? Sakshi, just try it. All right. If you keep asking me, how will I write answer if I know only 10% of the topic? Because sometimes all you need is that 10% of the topic is enough to write that particular answer. Understand that very clearly. You are waiting. See, you are all looking for that perfection. I will complete the whole syllabus. Then I will do the whole thing. You seriously think you have the time for it? Public administration alone, if you take, that has around 6 books to refer. Each subject has around 6 to 7 books to refer. Page to page you will read. Think about it. 12 years I'm in this field. That is why I'm telling you, do what I am telling you to do. Save on your time. Read 10% of the topic or whatever it is. Write the answer and see. Move on to the next topic. Again write the answer. Like that, start covering it. Eventually, your brain will start making the connections. Eventually, it will happen. Don't wait for that perfect moment and then I will do this, then I will do that. I'll understand everything. You can never create perfect moments in life. With whatever moments you are getting, that you will have to make perfect. So June to December, it would be better if you covered your optional subject. You're taking coaching, all the more better. September month, World History and Internal Security, along with Current Affairs, CSAT. October, Economy and IR, International Relations, Current Affairs mock test. November, Environment and Disaster Management, Current Affairs Division mock test. Yes, CSAT can continue if you are still weak in it. Otherwise, those of you who are pretty good with maths, etc., you can wind it up within 1 or 2 months easily. December onwards, full-on revision. That too, revision, especially for prelims-oriented revision, is what you will do. You can start giving mock tests, do your revision, CSAT tests, etc., till you go for your prelims. In other words, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 7 months, get done with the studying part. Then what do? December onwards, sit with complete revision. This is what I would suggest to the people who are going for their self-preparation. Got the point here? PYQ from YouTube playlist. Say Narendra Dangi, first of all, stop acting like a kindergarten kid and spamming the YouTube comment section. All right. You're not the only person in this universe. Stop being so self-centered and self-entitled. Number 1. Number 2, YouTube playlist you're planning to study, I cannot guarantee it. I cannot guarantee on the content that is there in YouTube playlist. PYQs are not something which is so difficult to get. PW, Physics Walas, Prelims breakup as well as GS breakup books are easily available in Amazon. Please get it from there. 24th April. Now, those of you who are still thinking whether to join Titan batch or not, for you people, 24th April, that is this Friday, 5 p.m. on the dot, you will have the first class, which is Polity. Polity's first live lecture will be there, which is free for you people to attend. So you can see what is the quality of the class, etc. and then take a call whether you want to decide or not. And I will be taking it. That is left to you, whether you want to join it or not. First class of Polity. Clear? 5 p.m. this Friday, that is day after tomorrow. All right. In your classes, you dictate or prefer compilation notes. My classes will be a mix of both. Earlier, I used to dictate for public administration, etc. But later, I decided to stop with it because it was taking too much of time. And it was becoming quite hectic for me too. So nowadays, the compilation notes are sent to the students. But please write it down. Whatever compilation you receive in note format, write it down. So if you take up Titan, what and all you are going to get? Live lectures, definitely yes. Daily MCQs plus mains questions with model answers. Weekly current affair lectures, which I'll be taking again. Regular doubt sessions plus instant doubt engine. CSAT, answer writing classes, DPP, DMP and class notes, e-books. Access to all these you will get if you join Titan batch. Apart from that, you have this additional feature. It is called Select 360. It's an add-on feature. So add-on feature means if this is like a small separate payment you will have to give, where you will get dedicated mentorship, daily MCQs plus mains test series, daily answer writing with evaluation, and UPSC Khazana. UPSC Khazana simply means you will get access to all the videos. Let's say if I am teaching polity, you will get the access to the polity videos taught by other faculties also. 22 UPSC wala hard copies, NCRT recorded lectures, that also you will get under Select 360. These are our esteemed faculties for Titan as well as the Pinnacle batch. But I will introduce you to the Titan batch faculties here. Vikas Alawat sir for history, Pranjal Sharma sir for geography. I'll be teaching polity. Pratik Gupta sir for economy, Ravi Shekhar sir for society, Shivam Yash sir for science and tech, Shruti ma'am for ethics. For the Pinnacle batch, we have Abhishek Srivastav sir history, Harpreet sir for geography, Ranchan Kaul sir for economy, Ravi Shekhar sir for society, Manjeet sir for science and tech, and Shruti ma'am for ethics. So once again, these are our faculties, Titan Pinnacle faculties, just to let you know. All right. So the course fees currently it is for Titan, it is 11,999 only. Mind you, this will not cover your optional subject. This will only cover the GS plus CSAT, what I told you. Optional is something which you'll have to take up separately. Okay. Now, any other queries you have, do let me know. How to write a mains answer in proper way? I know the answer, but I don't know how to present in current ways, sir. Pavitran Primex. See, 99% of the time, the way to write an answer is there in the question. So first thing to look forward to is, if whatever question you're taking up, see whether there is anything that needs to be defined. Any term, terminology, something is given where you have to define it. If you're talking about polity and governance, mostly you will have to open your sentence by quoting an article, either to do with fundamental rights, DPSP, fundamental duty, or even Election Commission of India, Parliament, etc., etc., etc. That way you can open the sentence. Then what is the question demanding? So generally when they ask questions like discuss, comment, analyze, critically comment, all this means one and the same. You will have to talk about what that is. Generally when they say this, discuss, comment, analyze, etc., they would have given a sentence to you within double inverted comma. A sentence will be there in double inverted comma. Discuss it, comment on it, analyze it, critically comment. What does it mean? You have to write answer supporting that statement. Then you have to also write opposing the statement. Then finally you have to give a conclusion which is positive. That even though such bad things are there, but there is some hope, etc., etc. Government is doing this, or the Supreme Court has said this, which the government will be doing, blah, 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 karke. You have to end the answer. That's it. This is all you have to do. This is especially for all the three papers, GS 1, 2, 3. PSIR book list, I am not aware of it, Dharendra. My optional is public administration. One year current affair is more than enough. Even to finish that, people will take time. Coming to GS4, what you need to do is, GS4 again, if you see, number one thing is definitions. There are a lot of definitions that you will have to study. No other go. perseverance, integrity, conflict of interest, crisis of conscience. So all these terms and terminologies that you will have to study. Then various theories of ethics or schools of ethics, hedonism, Kantianism, deontology, teleology, Socratean ideology, Aristotelian ideology, all that you have to study it. Then comes quotes, where 5 questions will come, and they will basically ask you, what do these quotes mean to you? Which will be said by some famous personality, let's say M.K. Gandhi. Blunder what students make is, because it is said by some famous personality, they will only write examples supporting it. They will only write answers supporting it. That is not the way to do it. When it comes to ethics paper, ethics is subjective. Situation to situation, perspective to perspective, ethics will change. That is the bottom line here. Got the picture? That is the bottom line. So, for example, now if you take living together relationship, it is not so easily accepted in India. But living together is easily accepted in the West. If you marry directly without living together, they will be like, why did you jump into marriage so quickly? I mean, are you sure you are even compatible with this person? That is ethics for you. So, okay, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi said, what is it? An eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. Means what? If you take revenge for each and everything, then that's it. The whole world will be, there will be nothing left then. Agreed. At a personal level, it is not good to have revenge, hatred in your heart or in your head. Why? It will not help you to achieve your full potential. Instead, you should focus on your self-growth. And for your self-growth, it is important to forgive and move on. Whoever did bad to you, forgive them and you move on. At a personal level, it is, at an individual level, it is important. But can we go and tell it to the soldiers in our border that if Pakistani soldiers come and attack us, it is okay, forgive them? Because Gandhi has told, eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. No. The border, you don't get to say that. At the border, our soldiers will decide. If Pakistanis have fired at us, we will fire back. As simple as that. There it is not about an eye for an eye. There, if Indian Army's eye is taken, we know very well how to take their head. It's as simple as that. So the quotes, whatever, whoever says it is not important. What matters is, how are you analyzing it? Are you able to see it in multiple dimensions? The next part about it is, when it comes to ethics, is giving examples. For the love of God, never, ever quote people from modern history. I have already tested your modern history knowledge in prelims. I have already tested your modern history knowledge in GS paper 1. Again, in ethics paper, if I have to see Gandhi, Ambedkar, Nehru, Rajendra Prasad, all those stalwarts of India's, the founding fathers of India, that clearly shows what? You are not prepared, or you have no idea about any other people in the modern, when it comes to the ethics paper. You are not prepared well. You are not somebody who is well read. So when you take up examples, again, some Gisa Pitahu examples don't use. Mother Teresa, APJ Abdul Kalam, Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh, don't use any of this. Your examples, when you take, it should cover every field out there. So best solution for that is, pull out the Padma Award winners of last 3-4 years. You will get a nice list of officers. In that, IAS officers will be there, some military officers will be there. I mean, not Padma Award, but otherwise I'm talking about. You will have film actors there. Take out all the examples. Your ethics paper should literally look colorful and diverse with the variety of examples you're going to put there. Take Bravery Award winners, Shaurya Chakra winners, Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra awardees. Take every list out there. People from the common life, common man, to all the way to celebrated bureaucrats, military officers, celebrities, sports personalities, include everyone. It is also important that you should give not only the good examples but the bad examples also. That is serial killers, criminals, hardcore criminals, infamous criminals, even that should be there. So your paper should look very, very vibrant with examples. Pinnacle is basically for 2 years. Titan is for 1 year. That is the difference. Yesterday we have seen your polity videos, sir. Will you clear if we get any doubts? Clear the doubts were from where? Any tips for killing negative thoughts during preparation of entrance? Mine is neat, but your advice do work for me for other things. Please tell. Dhilan Music Hub. Put a timetable and sit and study. Now if you sit and waste your time, don't worry. After the NEET exam, you will have all the reason to sit and cry. NEET exam, little bit of time is there. Sit and revise properly. Find out which are the areas which you are struggling with. Keep practicing it. Make it even more stronger. Complete your 12th and then we can think about it. How can I revise so many subjects of GS paper 1 in remaining days of prelims? PW only has English YouTube channel. Marathon series is there. Udan. For each subject. Follow that. 5 or 6 days, the whole thing will get over. Titan is in English. Titan is completely in the English language, people. Titan as well as Pinnacle. It will be purely in the English language. What actually is UPSC expecting from the candidate? UPSC is only expecting you to clear the prelims, mains, interview, and don't act like an activist. That's it. You should have officer-like quality. Somebody who is ready to follow the orders. Not 50%. See, understand one thing. English, when you say, let me just tell you now only. Optional subject is in, optionals are generally in English. But understand one thing. You will be writing your exam in English. Correct? Your English language will improve only if you write, read, and think in English. So English batches means 80% will actually be in English with 20% in Hindi. Otherwise, you will find it very difficult to interpret the question paper of UPSC. You can say faculty is not talking in Hindi. Faculty sir, Hindi mein bhi bolo na aap. All that you can tell it to the faculty. Faculty can also explain. But you go to the exam hall, you see a tough question in the UPSC question paper, optional question paper. Whom will you ask there? इस सवाल का मतलब क्या है? Because Hindi language also won't be so easy to decipher. Where you read it also, you will not be able to understand पूछ क्या रहा है. Even if you understood the Hindi question, you are still going to think in Hindi, write in English. Imagine how difficult it is going to be. Got the point here? So whatever it is, English batch also, when you take it up, ensure that you improve your language. Otherwise, it will be very, very difficult because UPSC is not at all lowering their vocabulary or the toughness of the paper. UPSC is increasing the toughness year on year. I mean, can't help it. Gali mein there is an academy. So UPSC is also upping their game. So you will have to put additional effort. It won't be just simply based on Lakshmikant book. No, it won't be like that. Lakshmikant, yes, is the main bread and butter. As far as prelims is concerned, Lakshmikant is a very good book. There is no doubt about it. But for mains, no. Lakshmikant alone is not sufficient. It is enough for an introduction. But to know how to write a mains answer in polity, you will have to know the application part of it. You will have to connect it with current affairs. You attend my first class, you will understand. Friday's class, when you attend, that time you will understand how it is going to be different. Standard book for ethics. One book is there from one Mr. Balaji IAS. That one book is there. In that book, only one problem I have with that book. So in that, he has given one example. Now I'll give you, like, if you are I will only tell this thing. He has basically set a question where you're a photographer. You witness a murder. You're about to witness a murder. That is, somebody is going to get murdered. So if I remember it right, in that book, it is basically said that it will be unethical of you if you don't stop it. If you are a photographer, it will be unethical of you. You are about to see a murder and you didn't do anything to stop it. I beg to differ. The photographer is Rajinikanth, Chiranjeevi, Balaya, somebody of that sort. Then we can expect Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan. Then we can expect that, yes, the photographer will punch everybody now and then will save the person. Agreed. But in reality, that is not the case. I am only a photographer. The only weapon that I have in my hand is what? A camera. I'll take the pic, produce it to the court or produce it in a police station. Why didn't you stop it? I was scared. 5 people are there who is murdering, who have already decided to murder one fellow. If I also go join there, they'll be like, iske saath isko bhi maar de, chal. That is what will happen. But the situation changes if I'm a cop or if I'm an officer if I'm in a uniform service. I'm a paramilitary officer, I'm a commando, I'm a military officer, I'm a cop. Any one of this means I will have to intervene. Because when you are in armed services, fear is a luxury which you cannot afford. You have to intervene there. That is why I said ethics is very, very subjective. Ethics is very subjective. You have to keep it in mind. It is not about acting like a hero there. Suddenly something comes, you are acting, that is different. You did it in the spur of the moment, that is different. But everywhere else, you have to think and you have to act. Because there is no point, if you are dead, you are no more of use to the country or to your family. It happens like that, organically great. But knowing very well that why you want to enter into a situation. Okay, terrorist is attacking with a gun. He's killing everybody randomly. You are there. You're almost near the terrorist only. Terrorist has not seen you. Will you go stop him? You can try. It's a 50-50 chance. Terrorist is literally shooting and killing anything that is moving. So what is the only thing to do there? Wait and watch. Because you're a civilian. Ulta scenario. You're a military officer. You will intervene. You will stop him. Even in the process, if you're going to get killed also, you will try to stop him. Because you are from the army. Getting the point here? That is the logic. Self-preparation by looking at my videos in the channel. My videos, what you will find in it. Self-preparation, I told you, this is the timetable for you. This is what you need to follow. This timetable. What books, etc. you have to follow for each of these subjects that has been already given by Harpreet sir, I think, in last year's video or something. You may refer to that. How bad? My 5 minutes. Reach out here. Ashutosh, continue with it. That is what I would say. Because the other day also I was having a discussion with this faculty. So he was telling me, that is Vikas Alawat sir, his English improved after he started attending English classes. See, that is how any language will improve. You keep listening to that language, you will try using it. When you start trying to use it, you will start improving in it. So Vikas Alawat sir was telling me basically, sir, my language improved after I started attending English classes. Otherwise, my language was not this good. And he is somebody who is like, multifaceted, multi-talented, literally overachievement ke wholesale dukan hai ye. Because he has actually, I don't know how many of you are aware, he has cracked IRS as well as IPS. But he has always enjoyed teaching. That is why he has come into this field. So that is the point. So if you are up for it, if you want to take it up as a challenge, go for Titan itself. Initial few months, it may seem a little difficult for you, but eventually you will get a hang of it. Geography optional, I have no clue. Please, my subject is bad. New CCA batch कब start होगा? मेरे ख्याल से it won't be start. I don't think a CCA batch will be there this year because I'm already occupied. A bad optional batch around May or June will be there. How do you learn Hindi? I was in Delhi. In whichever state I am in, I try to pick up the language there. I always will interact with people. So that way I have picked it up. Such a non-study, I told you already. If you are about to 6th semester, college is about to end. College is about to end means then leave Delhi. Go back to your home and you can take up an online course. It is better to complete your preparation at the earliest. I'm telling you, if you're still young, you have attempts with you, get the coaching done at the earliest. You give your attempt in 28, 29, 30, I don't care. But finish it off. Get the coaching out of your way. Write down all the materials and start revising it. Move on with your life. Get into a job, get married, have kids. Keep preparing for UPSC. Not that you will only sit and do UPSC. You will not even go for a job. Your parents will keep sponsoring you. You won't get married. You don't want to have children. You don't want to take any of the life's responsibility. All you will do is sit and prepare for UPSC and develop all sort of negative attitude towards others. Oh, dekho, unka ye hua, unki shadi hoya. Don't be that very cynic. You will end up becoming a very cynical individual. Don't do that. ENPC. Aha, Saumya. UPSC FOMO is real or fake? How did you get into PW? The UPSC wala books pretty much covers everything. But ultimately, I will tell you, go by what the faculty suggests for that subject. In my particular class, at least, I tell my students specifically which chapters to read from Lakshmikant, and for the rest, refer my notes. That is how I teach. Because personally, when even I was preparing as an aspirant, I always felt, ये क्या है? Textbook अलग से पढ़ो, फिर note अलग से पढ़ो. I'm a lazy guy. So I would prefer that one-stop solution is that one book is there where I read it everything and it is done. Polity and governance, people may say, but how can polity and governance, you can say only notes are enough. No, notes are not sufficient, I know. You'll have to update it with current affairs. But current affairs, you are doing it anyway. Not just for polity, you'll have to do it for every subject. But the fundamental aspect of understanding a subject is there. How to understand and retain that information. That you stick to my notes. Few chapters I may say, okay, these chapters, you read it from Lakshmikant. The rest of it, you stick to my notes. As simple as that. See, don't think about services now when you have not even cracked the exam. Understand that very clearly. You think about the service only after you crack the exam. How can I join your classes for UPSC? Titan batch, you can take up this Titan batch at 11,999K. Monthly installment payment, I'm not sure. You can use as credit card and convert it into EMI. I already answered that, English and Hindi. Okay, all random questions are coming up now. So let us call it a day, people. All right. So once again, reminding you all, the first class of Titan will be going live on 24th April, this Friday. And the first subject also that we'll be starting with will be polity and governance. Here I will literally tell you how to prepare any subject. Not just this. I will set a benchmark here where you will understand this is the way to approach any competitive exam. You will understand that. Attend the first class, you will understand it. Because without that understanding, there is no point in preparing for it. All right, people. So let us call it a day.